So I discovered recently that I quite enjoy making these Q&A videos and video editing in general. So without further ado, just like last time, let's answer some questions. What is your favorite engine class? The 9F locomotives, or in other words, Murdoch's class. What is your favorite Railway Series book? Enterprising Engines.
They called him an enterprising engine.
Who is your favorite narrator? George Carlin. I love his character voices, especially Scruffy's, and there's something about his narration that's just so soothing. All the calm and heartwarming moments from the first 4 seasons of Thomas work so well with George Carlin. The funny moments are worth a mention too.
Perhaps it was instinct. Shut the f*** up!
Which TV series character do you think was the most wasted? There are a lot of one-off characters in Thomas who didn't get the chance to be fully fleshed out. You've got Derek, Patrick, and many others. But one of my personal favorites is Mighty Mac. They're the only character in Thomas that are basically conjoined twins, and it's a shame we didn't see more episodes with them. I also wish we saw more of Porter. He appears a lot in the Brenner era, but never got an episode where he plays a lead role. Thoughts on Steven the Rocket Engine? I love Steven. He's one of the best characters from the Brenner era, if I'm honest. I love his design, I love his enthusiastic personality, and I love his dynamic with Millie and Glynn. Many of my favorite Brenner era episodes feature Steven, such as Slow Steven and Over the Hill. And who can forget his pep talk from Cautious Connor?
But did they give up? No! They picked themselves up, got their parts back together, and carried on racing. Like the heroes they were. Hard-working, steam-driven railway engines who like to go fast. Not like you, Connor.
Thoughts on Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure? I love Lost Treasure. I've seen some people criticizing it online, but honestly, I think this is the best Thomas movie, hands down. I love all the new characters, especially Sailor John, who is one of the best villains in all of Thomas. Speaking of Sailor John, his dynamic with Skiff kind of reminds me of Frankie's dynamic with Hurricane. Anyway, I love how Thomas gets redeemed at the end, with the symbolization of his number 1 being visible and everything, and it's also satisfying to see Sailor John get arrested. There are so many things I like about Lost Treasure. The cinematography, the music, the chase scene, Thomas's character journey and rocky relationship with Sir Topham Hatt, and of course, the debut of the miniature engines. One of the things I love the most about Lost Treasure is how it doesn't hold back. Sailor John is a genuinely menacing villain, going so far as to blow up Sir Topham Hatt's office, and the stakes feel genuinely high. Favorite and least favorite model series character? Percy is probably my favorite, but Gordon and Henry also deserve a mention. And my least favorite is Billy. What is your favorite episode of Season 3? Escape. And I have to say, All at Sea is another favorite of mine. And what is your least favorite episode of Season 3? Percy James and the Fruitful Day. Do you think Thomas should be younger than Gordon? In my opinion, yes. Wilbert Awdry once said that Thomas came to Sodor before all the other engines to help build the railway, and I'm sorry, but I don't buy that. Judging by Thomas's character and personality, and his lack of experience with basic things like hauling trucks, for example, he should be younger than Gordon. And yes, I know that the E2s were built before the LNER Pacifics, but I don't care. The only reason Thomas is even the number 1 engine in the first place is because number 1 was the easiest number for Dolby to draw. I'm not joking. And yet, Awdry had decided after the fact that Thomas should be the oldest engine. I personally prefer the way this is explained in The Adventure Begins. Thomas is younger than Gordon, but holds the number 1 because he replaced the coffee pot engine Glynn. Makes a lot more sense, if you ask me. Do you still have all the scores that you used to make your videos? Unfortunately, no. I lost a lot of the sheet music I used, especially the older stuff. I will say this though, if it's an original piece that I made, then I might still have it. Or if it's a piece that I made recently, like Stepney's theme or Slight Puff of Steam, then I might have it. But sadly I had to clear storage files, and some of the old sheet music got lost. And now for some Harry Potter questions. Which Harry Potter death was the saddest? Sirius Black's death was the saddest, at least in my opinion. He was the closest thing that Harry ever had to a father figure. And who is your favorite Harry Potter character? Neville. He has one of the best character arcs in the entire series. And lastly, apart from Stepney, what other terriers are your favorites? The W11 Newport. I could easily see the W11 working alongside Stepney.